There are many challenges to being financially successful. Gaining mastery over your investments is one of them, but there's a more important subject to get mastery over, and that's you. Hello, I'm Pat Zumbush, your YouTube CFP and all-around financial nerd. But I am your nerd. And if you want to know why most investors torpedo their own financial success, this video is for you. The problems that I'm referring to in this video are the damaging psychological investment mistakes almost all investors make. Novice investors certainly make these mistakes, but time and time again, I see even experienced investors succumb to the pitfalls. However, these oft-repeated psychological mistakes are some of the reasons the average investor loses 50% of what they're otherwise due. Most often, the mistake refers to an individual investment, such as a stock selection or a fund, but it's still expensive. I counted at one time at least 39 of these psychological mistakes. I'm going to briefly describe just 6 of them here to give you some perspective of what type of shortcomings exist. And I encourage you to see yourself in them and hopefully guide you not to make that mistake, or at least not to make it again. Number 1, there's the house money effect. It happens when you make money and you think you can even take Wilder Best now. That's bullcrap. It's your money and you want your stack of chips to grow. Number 2, there's the endowment effect. A psychological bias when people have an asset that they demand more dollars to sell than they would otherwise to just buy it. This happens when people, say, have inheritances because it's grandma's money, when the truth is selling it would be simply a wiser and more objective decision. Number 3, we have the snake bite effect. This occurs when you lose money on an initial investment. Now you don't want to take an investment risk because you have been bit. Baloney. Get back on the bike. 4, we have overconfidence risk. These investors really think they know what's going to happen, say in a presidential election year, or they are stock geniuses because the AI stock they just bought went up in value. The honest fact, you just got lucky. Number 5, we have familiarity bias, which is an effect that occurs when, say, a publicly traded company is a large employer in your town, or if your daughter works for a particular company, so you think you know it really well, and you should buy a bunch of its stock. Baloney number 2, you don't know anything more about that company than the other 20,000 professional traders in the market each day. And number 6, the last mistake for now, and it's a big one. We have loss aversion bias. That's when you buy an individual stock or real estate investment or fund and it goes down in value. And we don't want to sell it because then we have to admit that we made a mistake. That's baloney number 3. Fess up and move on. This psychological mistake is often combined with other unhelpful mental behaviors called break-even effect or double down bias. Both psychological mistakes, which far more commonly aggravate the situation versus relieving it. Investing, done well, should be an objective intellectual process. Too often, our head and hearts hijack us to make investing an emotional or psychological process. Instead, you should control your head and control your money. That's it for this video. As always, thank you for letting me help you do wise things with your money.